All right, we're gonna dig in on how to prepare to store your bike for the winter. Step 1, preparing your bike for storage. Now, can you just throw it into your shed or your garage or your storage room? I mean, technically, is that going to be the best way to do it?
Nope.
So let's talk about the best way to do that. Number 1, make sure your bike is clean and dry. We've been riding in dusty conditions. It's gonna have some road grime on it.
So sticky.
I was eating sour straws.
So wipe it down. You can take a little bit of water, clean off the dust, maybe get up under that fender too. Just get all that road grime out of there. Removing all that grime and making sure it's put away clean and dry is gonna help prevent corrosion, which is going to add to the longevity of your e-bike. All right, so now our bike is clean and dry, probably maintained, hopefully, and ready to be put away.
Almost.
We have one last step, and it is probably the most important step. So if you remember anything from this video, remember this. Take the battery off. Store it apart from your bike. Now, if you're storing your bike for winter, you probably live somewhere that gets pretty cold. Batteries do not like to be cold. Store it ideally at room temperature and not fully charged. Kind of in the middle, like 50 to 80% range is great. Another important thing to consider is where you're going to store it. Is it a shed, the garage, a storage lockup at your condo? Or maybe you're just going to put it in the basement at your home or the storage room. Take a moment and consider things like security and dust and things like that. Maybe put a cover on it. Could just be an old flat sheet, or a motorcycle cover actually works really well in a lot of cases, and you can pick those up generally at like automotive shops. Just a couple common questions we also get asked about storing your bike is, what about the motor? What if it gets cold, or the electronic components or anything else, like the non-battery stuff, the stuff you can't take off? They'll be fine. As long as you've put it away clean and dry, there's nothing to worry about. And we have folks here who ride in minus 40 Celsius. They'll edit in below here what that is in Fahrenheit, because I'm not sure. We've got folks who ride in that all year round, and their motor works just fine. Now, not everyone's a bike mechanic, nor should everyone be. That's what bike shops are for. So this is a great time of year actually to book in for a tune-up, because bike shops are often a lot less busy now than they will be come spring. So if you want to wait in line and have your bike in the shop for a couple weeks at a time waiting for a spring tune-up, sure, wait till April. Or do it now, and while everybody else is out waiting, you're out riding. The next one is, what about the tire pressure? Should we do anything special there? Kind of, not really, just not flat. Like your regular riding tire pressure is going to be fine. You don't want it full to capacity and obviously not flat, because if the rim is sitting on the tube over the cold winter, that's not good for it either. So not quite at capacity, kind of in the middle. It will deflate a little over the winter because cold weather does that. You're going to want to pump it up in spring. Just make sure it's not flat is really the key. And the biggest one we get asked is the battery. What do I do with it? How do I store the battery? If not on the bike, what should I do? Not cold, not on the bike, and not fully charged. Go check out our previous video for more information on how to do just that. Now, if there's something we didn't cover and you have questions, go ahead and leave that in the comments. And while you're there, like and subscribe to keep up to date on all things e-bikes.